All right, so I am live. I'll be honest with you, I did not intend to go live tonight. I have not been feeling the best. Over the last couple of days, you've been noticing on my videos, my voice has been kind of going in and out. But as always, stuff has to happen, right? To every time I think that I'm out, they suck me back in. All right, it's been an interesting day in movie news and such. So hopefully we'll get a few people in here tonight. I'm not quite sure. There is a live stream going on right now that is quite entertaining. We'll go with that. We'll use the words entertaining. So, Scooby-Doo was released with a big deluxe Blu-ray box set, which we will talk about. I'm going to talk about my animation collection as well. I'll show some of that. Midsommar, the movie, is coming out, and Bloody Disgusting gave a troubling announcement that that I want to talk about on here as well. So let's get to that first. So today, I'm wearing my Pet Cemetery shirt. All right, so Bloody Disgusting announced that Midsommar is getting a physical release for the theatrical cut of the film only, and that the unrated, kind of the director's cut of the film, is exclusive to Apple, I think, to iTunes. It's a digital exclusive, which, I'm not going to lie, ensures that I'm never going to own the movie Midsommar, because one, I'm not buying a digital release to get the unaltered edition of the film, and two, yeah, you just pissed me off enough that I'm not even going to buy your theatrical release, because that has all kinds of shady all over it. That has shady written all over it. You guys are so quiet today. Anyway, before I go any further, I'm going to let you guys kind of like let that sink in, and hopefully you'll comment so that I can actually get a drink and keep going. But if it stays too quiet, it's going to be a very short video. It's not going to last very long. To be completely honest with you, because my voice is going. I need your help today, guys. I need your help. Anyway, so aside from the Midsommar thing, which I will come back to, hopefully. Oh, wait a second. We actually got a comment here, which is very important. And I cannot stress enough how important that is. So thank you, Mug. Especially when I'm doing this with a voice that's rapidly going. This is a club now more than ever. Good evening. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that for me, they burn their bridges, like their goodwill bridges with me, because they're doing it like that. Like, just if the director's cut is going like just straight digital and that's it, and then you got some kind of like deal to just stay digital, or to stay digital for like a prerequisite length of time, I ain't down with that. I mean, that's a little bit that's a bit skeezy. Is that word? That's a Newfoundland word. I'm not sure if it's a word in there or not, but that's a Newfoundland word. Couple of arrows. I heard. Did you get an order basically saying that it was already sent out? I spoke with Kathy this morning, and she let me know that she ordered hers last night and it's being shipped already, which is actually really, really cool. A24 made a movie development deal with Apple. That would have a lot to do with it, and I wasn't aware of that. So thanks for that information. Apple are going to be pushing the new TV, kind of their Netflix killer is what they're hoping, basically. And anything that they can do now to drive more people towards their service is what they're going to do. And unfortunately, that's going to end up with some deals like this, which for people like me is going to put me off from watching the next thing that the artist puts out. Now, knowing that their hands are tied from the deal, and it's not the and if it's not the, the person that made the film actually doing it themselves, you get a little bit more goodwill from me that way than you would if I thought, okay, the director just decided to go just the digital route and screw over the physical media people. What you're saying makes a lot more sense, and it is something that bothers me. Slaughter Hotel and Hitchhike, nice. Two really good releases. I think you're really gonna like Hitchhike. It's a very different film. It's David Hess. He's not as sleazy. He's still sleazy, David Hess. Don't worry, but I don't think he's as sleazy, in my opinion, as he is in some of the other films, right? But you got David Hess, you got Franco Nero there. It's a two manly dudes. Pretty cool. Pretty cool dynamic between them. Excellent film. Well, I think Three from Hell being only shown in theater for 3 days, unfortunately, maybe a bit more of a warning sign than say Midsommar's cash grab. See, I don't see Three from Hell going in theater for 3 days as a cash grab so much as it is. I just hope. I mean, I liked House of Thousand Corpses. I really enjoyed Devil's Rejects. I thought it was very well done. Um, but the last couple things that Zombie's done have been problematic at best. 31 being probably and I don't like Halloween 2, right? But definitely being the most problematic of his original work. And that includes the Haunted World of Super Beasto, or something like that. Yeah, it was definitely 31 was definitely the most problematic of his work. In my not so humble opinion. Anyway, meanwhile, while I'm doing this, Dark Force Entertainment's head, and I think Bill Olsen. I only watched a couple minutes of it because that's what I could do. We're doing a live stream. It's like, and tell me if you've ever heard of this in recent society. When somebody makes a mistake and doubles down, yes, you did, on that mistake, and then tries to turn it around and yeah. Did anybody see any of it? I mean, like, seriously, did anybody see any of this? Because I watched like two. I only watched 2 minutes, like 2 minutes of it, and oh, so Dark Force Entertainment, DeFalco, I think that's the name, right? DeFalco. I'm guessing that's the name. The dude with the dreadlocks and stuff. Anyway, so he started to stream. I only knew about it from Twitter, actually. From and I said I wasn't going to watch any of it. I was not going to check it out. So, but I said no, I'll check it out on my way down here. So I'm walking down the stairs, and I got it on my iPhone, and I'm watching a couple minutes, and I think that it's somebody, you can't see the other person on the other side, but I think I'd be correct. Maybe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, in that the other person that's talking is maybe Bill Olsen from Code Red. Now, if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me because I wouldn't know. Because like I one kind of came in late. Two, I don't know, but I've heard Bill Olsen on an interview once a long time ago, but I would not know if that was him or not. But it was, it was. You ever like driving somewhere and there's a wreck and like there's a big wreck and it looks horrible and you know like I got to drive on. I don't want to look. I don't want to see what's going on over there. Or you say or you're walking down the road and there's like these two people and they're kind of in a fight or braiding each other. And even though you know it's a mess and you know you should go on, you kind of get hypnotized there. Kind of get stuck to it. Hey, Kathy. So that's what that was like. But I decided, shag that. No, I'm making a video. All right. The other thing I wanted to mention, aside from Midsommar, before I get into like my basically talk about my animation collection and some of my favorites with that, is that this baby here got an upgrade. So if you know me, you know that I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan. I love Scooby-Doo. For a lot of people, actually, Scooby-Doo was kind of the gateway to horror. People said, you know, The Gate was the gateway to horror, or Monster Squad, or some. But honestly, this is how a lot of us, when we were younger, first saw our monsters. We first saw our creeps and ghouls and all that type of stuff. Not in the gonna scare you type of way, but in kind of the entertaining way. It's Scooby, your gateway drug to horror. Exactly right. So there's a Scooby-Doo deluxe box set out right now. It's a Blu-ray set. And anyway, so it's out and apparently it's okay. I think on Blu-ray.com they said that hey Bears, that Scooby-Doo didn't give a great like video review. They said it was much better than the DVD, but still that it could be better. And I'm thinking, okay, so you can stop at the much better than the DVD part because that's what I want to hear. That's, you know, to me, for me personally, I'm not the type of person that is going to look and see if a disc is a BD25 or a BD50, and I'm going to analyze the bit rate and put it in my computer and that type of stuff, right? That's not me. I'm not that dude. I'm the person that, does this look good? Okay. Are all the episodes there? Are they uncut? Excellent. Are there new features? Perfect. Is the packaging cool and interesting? Yes. Is it something that I want? Oh, it so is something that I want. Obviously, down the road, I can't afford it. I don't have the bones for it right now. I can't afford it. But how much do I like Scooby-Doo? See this set here? This is an out-of-print Scooby-Doo set for Scooby-Doo Where Are You? It's actually kind of cool. You open it up, it's in here. But obviously these are DVDs, right? And this is in kind of like cardboard packaging. So what did we do? Well, at the time, this was not on Blu-ray or anything like that. It was not even scheduled to come out. And because a lot of bitching about cartoons and animation and Tom and Jerry and all that stuff and Looney Tunes not selling well had stopped those from coming out, we weren't exactly confident that we're going to get a Scooby-Doo Blu-ray in any time in the near future. Thankfully, we were wrong. That changed. Well, I have another one of these. So I actually have two of these limited edition Scoobies. I wouldn't get rid of them for the world. I got one upstairs in a glass display case with some of my other stuff, and I have one downstairs in my TV room, which I had to go and take it from. So I made the mistake of, after reading the review, which I thought, okay, and they showed some screenshots, which I thought was nice, and I thought, you know, really 2 out of 5, you know, if looking better, but that's the reviewer's, like, that's his job. That's what he does. He put on the score. Perfect. That's fine. I have no problem. The review is actually very well written, very well done. So I'm like, okay, based on that review, definitely, I will pick it up. I would definitely pick it up. And then I noticed that there was like it had its own section on a forum site. And oh God, you ever get to a news article and you know you know that you're not, before you finish the article, you just know you don't want to read the comment section. You so don't, because it's not going to end up good. Nobody's going to go out of this feeling good. Not at all. So I read the forum, and so for the people that had the set, overall, they were pretty pleased with it. Though the people that didn't have the set were the ones complaining. So basically, it's kind of like if somebody wrote something and then I came on here and said, here's my review on this. I hate that movie. That movie sucks, that I haven't seen and don't own and do not know. You know, what do you think about that? Opinion without action. I know. That's why I go there. That's why I go there. That's what. That's why I go to certain ones, like definitely more than others. But Mug, there's going to be some pain in there. There's going to be some times when you're reading something and you're just like, son of a. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so I heard that Severin may be, like, Brian wasn't sure, but he said that he heard that they might be making an announcement. Did they really? Endgame is really good, by the way. Just so you know. I don't get the troll thing. Maybe I'm just from a different period. I am older, that's the thing, right? Maybe I don't get some of the new hip references and stuff like that. But I'm not the type of person that really likes the whole troll aspect of things. Weren't they going to do that for Captain Marvel too? So they shut him down or something like that? There's got to be a way to. Is there a way to stop them from, like, people from actually making comments or placing scores on something that they don't own or they haven't seen? Yeah, I mean, like, that's it, Bears. Like, you're too old. It's like Lethal Weapon, right? You're getting too old for this crap. But no, I don't get that. I don't get that, like, that personality or that style of thing. It's never worked for me. I was a hey, Dennis. I was a little dude in my school, and I'm not joking. Look, I'm not a big guy now. Obviously, I'm so not a big guy, except in the places where I need to get some of the pudginess off. But that if somebody was getting bullied or picked on, I thought, and I still do, that it was me. It was for my job to pick up for somebody that couldn't pick up for themselves, or that for some reason weren't picking up for themselves. That's the way that I was raised. I was raised with my grandparents. They were older, and that was kind of the big thing. Is like, if you see somebody that's being picked on or bullied or anything like that, you don't stay silent. You stand up. That was that's just the way I was raised. And so the whole troll dynamic, it kind of doesn't work with me. Hey, Jacob. But yeah, it does mess with actual score. So you really don't get. So the only thing you can do is, if something interests you, can just go see it. Like, just ignore all that stuff. Watch reviews for fun. After usually, and I recommend watching reviews after you've seen the movie, or if it's a movie that you don't want to see anyway, then watch reviews for that. Because I can tell you right now, there's a movie coming out with Kevin Sorbo I ain't ever going to see, but I'll watch reviews for it like crazy, because I expect them to be hilarious. All right, so Severin. I heard that Severin might be making an announcement soon. I think Brian said he thought he heard, he wasn't sure, that there could be a Friday announcement for Severin for their upcoming thing, which would make sense, because if you look at the Severin package, the Severin bundles, they're usually 2 months apart. So there was a June bundle, right? And then there was an August bundle. Now the August bundle got pushed back till sometime in September. But that being said, as the August bundle is getting closer to being put out, there it looks like we may have like an announcement from and it's not confirmed. So when I know that's confirmed, I will let you know right away. If anybody does have confirmation on it, please do feel free to speak up and let me know. That Severin could be putting up something for October. See, I had expected the Wax Mask and the Killer Crocodile 1 and 2 to kind of be there, kind of float them over October. I remember the film. That has God. What's her name? The girl from the White Snake video, right? Like with the red hair. Is that the girl? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong film. I could be. But if it was a blast. It was a fun film that I actually enjoyed. But yeah, there's potentially a Severin announcement, and I'll be honest. Over the last couple months, the company that has impressed me the most with their releases has been Severin. As much as I love the Vincent stuff, Tiny Contain, perfect, yeah. So it is her. So I'm thinking the right movie. I love my Vincent stuff. I like the stuff that comes out from like from Arrow Video. There's a lot of great releases. That is a fantastic film, Kathy. I definitely agree with you there. It was meant to be Lucio Fulci's final film. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I don't want to talk about it too much though, because spoiler alert. That is one of the ones that I'm going to be looking towards getting for the 31 days of horror that I'm going to be doing, and hopefully it's going to centerpiece it a bit. There's a few titles that I'm looking at right now. Does anybody have any idea or any thoughts on what Severin could be potentially announcing on Friday? Because my thoughts are, and I don't know if this is the case, but I know that recently the showed Dracula versus Frankenstein, Gail Addison film, at a theater, actually very recently, and they showed it as a double feature with the Al Addison documentary. I'm not sure if that's going to be like their Black Friday release, or if that's potentially something that could be coming for this Halloween. I would love to have a really nice looking, cool Blu-ray edition of Dracula versus Frankenstein, along with the Al Addison documentary. Midnight Hour and Wraith. I actually again. Well, have the documentary, or was that a documentary just a featurette? I know it had like a thing, and they're talking about Soviet like fantasy films. That interests me. Now, their package that they had before, and I do want to get into this a bit because I have been very Severin centric recently, and that came around to the fact of I've been researching all the companies for the month of October, and looking at a couple months back in their back catalog, just to see, so that I can hopefully try to put off the most entertaining 31 Days of Horror that I can for you guys. Howdy. And if they got the potential, I'd do it. I say they should. That's one that if they have the ability to do it, that they. Why was it limited? Does anybody know? Is it like a Vincent deal where basically they have the right to so many copies to put out, or is it just like they want to do like where it was a limited edition, they want to put it out maybe with an altered cover or with no slip cover, kind of so that people that bought the limited edition don't feel like like they got cheated or something like that for not waiting for the other one. Well, normally when I do it, I would normally do what I normally do is I would basically film a video, 5, 10 minutes long, whatever, that type of thing. Hey, Ken, talking about the film, like reviewing the film, much like a lot of people do on YouTube. However, this year, what I am planning on doing is figuring out what my 31 days are going to be, letting you guys know in advance what my 31 days are going to be, and then making all my reviews a group review. So when I come on to talk about a film, you'll know beforehand the film that I'm going to talk about. And it won't be just me talking about the film or reviewing the film. It'll be a live video where we can all talk about and discuss what we thought of the film, and and we'll go into other topics from there. So let's say, for instance, I decide to do. Let me think. I don't know. So let's say I decide to do. From now to the end of the year, it's going up and down. I mean, Godzilla is really highly up there, Ken, to be completely honest with you. And so is the Epic Stella set. But I'm going to have to choose one or the other, I think. Those are the two big ones right now. So what I'll do is I'll start off with something. Let's just say I'm talking about, okay, let's just say, for instance, I'm talking about Witchfinder General. That's a Vincent Price film. And the topic can start talking about Witchfinder General and having everybody else give their opinions and thoughts on the film, some of the actors, the plot, whatever, the director. And that could like branch out into talking about anything from the change in films. No, actually, I haven't done one of the Black Suit. Though I do remember that film. I may have done something on the Black Museum, but I don't think I've done an actual film review on it. But I've spoke about it before. But and it actually can branch out into many topics. I could be doing an Italian film that's directed by Claudio Fragasso, and I can end up talking about Daridano Sadachi because you wrote the film. So it's a very interactive, choose your own adventure type of 31 Days of Horror review style. And if I'm correct, it's going to be first. So we'll see how it goes. And hopefully, that's something you guys are going to like. Your wife's in Africa? What area of Africa? Because this is my jam. This is kind of what I know. My better half is from Morocco. But yeah, but that's my thoughts. That's my plans on it. Hopefully, Severin will put out something for October. But I really want to get, which I haven't picked up yet, and you guys can let me know what your thoughts on this is that I can get a week, 5 days, maybe 3 or 4, out of the Hemisphere Horrors box set. And I'm very fascinated with that Filipino hero of horror, with Eddie Ramiro and that type of stuff. So those are ones that I'm interested in diving into and talking about, because there's a lot to talk about with that. With that, I would definitely be watching Machete Maidens as well to kind of to bone up on it a bit. And definitely the features and all that type of stuff. So Ken, what's your most anticipated? Because you asked me what my most anticipated was, but you didn't tell me what yours was. There haven't been. I mean, like we've talked about it here over the last few days, and I'll be honest. What some people have said, it could be Toxic Avenger. I really hope it's not. Shaggy, always Shaggy. Godzilla. A lot of people's gonna be Godzilla, I think. Yeah, Dennis, you can't avoid it, can you, man? No matter how hard you try. I mentioned it here at the beginning. There was like a live stream. I'm not sure if you saw that or not. Uh, Luke, yes. Hayden Christensen, no. Uh, I hear that is an amazing set, by the way. The Dietrich Sternberg set is, yeah, I heard that's better than the Criterion set. Like Indicator has really gone over the top with that. That's one I definitely want to get, as you can see. Yeah, Toxie I don't think fits for an October release. That's just my opinion. From the size of it too, I don't think it would be Toxie. It does look like it has two. It can fit 2 to 3 cases, Blu-ray cases in it. If you look at the pictures of the set itself, what I am hoping for, and I know I might be the only one here that would hope for this, but what I would love to see is Sorority House Massacre. It's been out of print for a while. It's only had a DVD release, really. If there's a Blu-ray release, I didn't get it. I would love to see the Massacre collection, including Sorority House Massacre Part 1, which actually is a decent film, Part 2, which isn't, but is a lot of fun to watch, and Part 3, which isn't even called Sorority House Massacre Part 3, it's called Hard to Die. You want random horror from the 70s like the American Horror Project? Maybe. I can see that, but I kind of really want slasher. I really do. If Vinegar Syndrome really wants to suck this guy in, you're gonna sucker me in with something slasher or get giallo-esque. That's the type that is gonna get my money from me. And I'll give you a perfect example, Ken. And I know I'm a weird dude when it comes to some of the stuff that I pick out. I put that out there right away. Is that I thought I gave my opinion. I said Luke yes and Hayden Christensen no. Oh, debate 3. Oh, sound. Do you want Sony to do Spider-Man or Disney? Disney. Hell yeah. And it's not Disney for me. It's Marvel that's doing it. So yes. Marvel, 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 Marvel. I've seen what Sony's done to Spider-Man over the last couple of years. Before Kevin Feige came in, nope. That's just me. Everybody has their own opinion. But yeah, actually, Olive put out Night of the Demons 2. They they're gonna go for the Venom thing. They're gonna stick with this expanded Sony universe that they started with Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and it didn't work. Hatchet seems too new for them, Jacob. To be honest with you, great stuff. I mean, and I've never heard anyone like mention that one before. So that's a cool thought. But I thought, and I could be wrong on this, that they had crossover with who? That that they had like a cutoff limit on the date of the films they put out. Now, if I'm wrong, you can correct me on that. I'm wrong lots of times, just to let you know. And that's a good thing about this being live. So somebody knows more information than I do. Then definitely. No, but no. Actually, I was actually asking what, like, who would they cross over with? Not Venom, because they've already done the Venom movie, and we've already put him outside the Spider universe. So putting him in now is a little bit of the Deus Ex Machina, which I'm sure some people would like, but I honestly prefer Venom on his own and his old Lethal Protector type of thing. Just my opinion. Just one man's opinion. Scream of Fear. I know. Do you know what the other ones are? I'm guessing. I'm going to guess for the Hammer set, we're going to probably get a Revenge of Frankenstein. Maybe. Fingers crossed, right? Maybe Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll. But I'm not quite sure what the fourth would be. They won't do that. And to be honest, you know who won't do that? Andrew Garfield, because he got screwed over by Sony. This wasn't like oh, Andrew, he was fired, and I'm behind Andrew Garfield with that. He shouldn't come back. They basically said they did their secret deal and they kicked him out. And this second movie was horrible, and that wasn't his fault. Yeah, so you get like you're gonna get a bunch of like Sinister Six, and you're gonna get some other stuff like, and you're gonna get like Venom and Spider-Man. They're gonna put Craven in there somewhere. I'm sure they'll do Craven's Last Hunt or something like that. But knowing Sony, because they mess things up so much, what they do is they'll introduce Craven in a movie and do his Last Hunt in that exact same movie Yes, but it only works great in the animated universe. And that only works great because of one thing, and it's got nothing to do with Sony. It's got Lord Miller. Those guys, were behind the Lego animated films. Not all the time. Some actors, actually have some bit of integrity there, and I don't think he would, and I don't think that they do it anyway. To be honest with you, I mean, everybody. The thing Vincent is doing right about this is everybody's talking about it. Everybody in the collecting community is talking about the Vinegar Syndrome box set. They've definitely hyped it up to epic proportions. That's good and that's bad because of the fact that my kitty's in the background. Yes, you are. Because everybody's talking about Vinegar Syndrome box set, it has the potential to grab people. Hey, Scotter, but it also has the potential, if they're not careful, to really disappoint. So when you grab that much attention, uh, and you're hitting that hype train, right? That's fantastic for your company. That is fantastic. But you have to be very, very careful when you hit that hype. You have to make sure that the film that you're hyping it for, yeah, that's it. Go on, talk to them. If you ever go there, put them towards my videos or the fact that I talk about them on a podcast, because I don't think they know I exist, but I do. That's it. The possibilities are endless, but less endless than they used to be, because now the people worry about movies going into movies just going digital and all that type of stuff. But it's never been a more rich time to collect films than right now. We'll see. Hopefully you're right. Hopefully, but I'm gonna tell you something, dude, and this is gonna crush you a bit, but you got to know this. The guy that's running Sony right now is the same guy that said Deadpool wouldn't do good, and let's sew up Deadpool's mouth in Wolverine Origins. That's the guy. That's the guy running Sony. So, yeah. I missed that comment. You keep saying Debbie and the T-Rex. You're thinking it's Tammy and the T-Rex. Hey, Andy. I know Debbie Does a T-Rex sounds like an awesome movie. I'd definitely watch it. But but it's Tammy the T-Rex. I'm not. Oh yeah, excellent. I hope you liked the video. That is actually one of my favorite videos that I made in a long time. Is the 31 Alternative Days of Horror. Well, it is. Yeah, that is definitely out of the last videos I made. That is my favorite. That's not exactly the greatest thing. Just watch Shazam. I haven't seen Shazam yet. I'll be honest with you. I still got to. That's one I've kind of missed out on. I saw part of it. I started watching a bit because I haven't bought it yet. So we rented it, and I was tired. So by the time got around to watching it again, the rental time is up and that. So I said I'll just buy it on the holidays and that type of thing. Yeah, there's two coming out. There is a October and a November one. Now there is also, and I'm not sure if this is a November one or if this is a different release altogether. And I'm not sure if it's what you're talking about, but there was a confirmation on a set like the Vice Academy Films 1 to 3 set, which has been confirmed by Vinegar Cinema, something that they're doing. But I don't think I don't think that's either the October set or the November set. I think that's something different altogether. See, hold on a sec. The Vice Academy films are actually kind of cool, kind of fun. It's got Ginger Lynn Allen and Lillian Quick in the first two. and then it's Elizabeth Catane from Friday 13th Part 7, and from Silent Night Deadly Night Part 2 in the third one. If it's cheesy, I know it, and I probably own it. So think of that what you what you like. But yeah, I would. That's the DVD set that was out from BCI, and it's out of print now. But I definitely will be rebuying those. Part of me wanted something that nobody else would want, and that is that to have the Night Eyes films coming out. Jamie Foxx owes his entire performance to a little guy by the name of Jim Carrey, and you should know this in Batman Forever, because that's just basically cribbing the exact same role. Um, but as for like what their big set for October's, I have no idea. Tammy the T-Rex, which Kathy was talking about, that's coming in October, I think, right? That's like, is that an October one, or is that going to be for their Black Friday? That's for their Black Friday, right? Tammy the T-Rex. That's one of their Black Friday ones, because that's the one we know. There's usually one that we don't know, at least one we don't know when the Black Friday releases. So, you're still on about that Angel set. Not for October, dude. For November, yes, I will buy that Angel set. I would be with bells on. Have them all though. Don't wimp out and say three. Oh, let's just have three. No, no. We gotta have them all there. We need all four of the Angel movies. Some people don't include the fourth one as an actual part of the series. I do. It's got the Angel name on it. It's got Ken Shriner in it from General Hospital, for crying out loud. So we got to have it. See, I'm down with the Tammy one. I don't know if I can take the pain again of Theodore Rex. I saw that one, and maybe it was the time I saw it in, but I could not get into Theodore Rex. Is it a better movie than I remember? Because, and that's a sincere question, because I really don't know. Hey, B Movie Archives. It's not one of those that stuck with me. The ending of Dinosaurs, the TV series, that stuck with me. Holy crap, that was traumatizing. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought about maybe something with trauma. I thought about their Lakeshore Entertainment like deal that they got out there, because they got a deal with with Lakeshore Entertainment. Um, Maybe they'll put it a Debbie set as well. The Prehysteria is Full Moon, so I don't think you're going to get anything coming from Full Moon that's not coming directly from Full Moon Direct. They're really big on like keeping their titles in house type of thing, and doing it themselves. They got their own streaming service. They run, Charles Band lost the rights to some of his films over the years, and it took a while to get them back. So at this point, I think Charles Band is going to be, and kind of like quote unquote, the he wants to be definitely, well, pun intended, puppet master of his own franchises. So I don't think he's going to give it to anyone else. I don't even remember Space Giants, to be honest with you. I'd have to look it up. I truly would. So you're a Full Moon fan? Do you order any from any of the Full Moon sales? They're so expensive. I mean, nobody wants the Full Moon set, like Full Moon mystery box, more than me, because it's the one mystery box that focuses on like actually having movies in their boxes. And a lot of mystery boxes. You got your Funkos, and if you're lucky, you got a shirt. But mostly there's gonna be Funkos and little like things and door things and stuff like that. Uh, but yeah, at least they put films in there. That's which I really enjoy. Yeah, Full Moon recently hasn't been that great. A lot of the newer stuff, the Evil Bong and stuff like that, have definitely aren't the best. The last couple of Puppet Master movies were watchable, but only. And I'm not talking about the remake Puppet Master one. That was that was done. Oh, dude, you saw that off? That is so cool. Like that you actually had that. I've seen them like in videos, but I've never owned one myself. Uh, the When it comes to the Puppet Master one, I did have one set, like a really nice set. It had the full moon like video zones on there and stuff like that. It was one they put out that they showed that showed up in HMV. But my kids are huge fans of Full Moon Puppet Master series, right? And I got a lot of movies here, but those were some of their favorites. They watched them over and over again. So that my Full Moon like Puppet Master set went to my kids because they deserved it. I love when you do that with the individual case thing. So many times now you see them like put them in like in sleeves, or they'll put them on a spindle and they'll just put them on top of each other, that type of thing. So I do appreciate when a company still like puts that extra bit of effort in, and actually gives you like the individual cases. I'll even take slim on cases at this point. I don't really like to, but I understand like the need for I guess for shelf space, and I guess maybe conserve environmental, that type of thing. Um, but I do like the actually having the full case. That's actually kind of fun. Or if you're not going to do that, then give me a book. I do it by company, and anything that's not by company is done by genre until I get tired. And when I get tired, then it's every movie for itself, and then it's just Blu-ray and DVD. That's the truth of the matter. Everything that you see here is regularly like by the company. But if you see some stuff over there and you see me going through them, you notice that you got laser on this point and got tired. That's the case. Yeah, Elm Street definitely needs a really good set. I do have the recent Elm Street set that came out, like the one that came out a few years back, and it's one of those cheap ones. You'll get it. I think it's like $30 or something like that on Blu-ray at at Walmart right now if you want to buy it with a particular case too, with a sexy Halloween case. Uh, so that always gets like more people like buying that one usually on Halloween time. Have you guys noticed that the Halloween stuff is starting to come out? We haven't had any like Halloween bins or anything show up at Walmart yet, uh, but the most but we have had those kind of like those what looks to be kind of lenticular type covers with like The Conjuring, Conjuring 2, The Nun. Freddy's Nightmare does need a full release. I think music rights is one of the things that's keeping Freddy's Nightmare from getting a release, getting like a full release. That's what I've heard anyway. We've only seen like 2 or 3 episodes come so far. Netflix, what the biggest mistake Netflix made? The latest Dave Chappelle comedy show. That's the biggest mistake Netflix made. See, I love that. Don't you just love this time of year when it's getting to that point when when you got to this when you can go like Halloween shopping. I love that time of year. Costco and SoCal no longer sells physical media or physical media players. Costco, well, I'm not sure about SoCal. I know that my Costco, the Costco that I used to go to, never sold players at all. Like they sold like some physical media. But am I an actor? I wish. I went into I was going to be an actor, and I went into journalism instead, and that That, my friend, was a mistake. But when I went to last time I went to Costco, I noticed that their meaty section is just going down all the time. Popular franchises. Like, I mean, you can't. I mean, like, there's some good ones out there. No, I don't think there's any really cheap box sets of like for Halloween. I mean, wait, maybe there is. Is that that cheaper one still out there for Scream Factory? Nothing horrific is coming out. What's standing out for me right now, Kathy, is at this point, uh, like there's a couple like back ones that I'm getting, but for the new stuff, for the October stuff, Kino has is going to be hard to beat right now. Even the small one. Okay. So Halloween's going to be a hard one to find. Saw, Leprechaun, yeah, those can be got really cheap. So can Nightmare on Elm Street, as I just mentioned there, and the Friday 13th one's really cheap as well. You can just get them for like $20 or under. Probably horror, probably grindhouse type horror, Ghostbuster, because I'm that's kind of what I that's the type of stuff that I do. I was asked before. I wrote films, not good ones. But I don't want to get to that tonight though. Really? Did you contact the company? I don't. I think I watched mine. I don't remember the audio being out of sync. Um, that could be like an issue with that one. I definitely check that out. Where did you buy it from? Like Amazon or somewhere like that? Because I would definitely send it back and get a replacement. One of my pet peeves is I cannot watch a movie when the audio is really out of sync. Like I can deal with it if it happens for like a couple seconds in the movie or even a minute type of thing. But anything after that, uh, it just bugs me. Like it really bothers me. So that's probably why I always pick up I always buy when I get like a foreign film. I always try to make sure that there's the subtitles, which I prefer. The Friday 13th like tin set, I really don't like it that much. I'm hoping they put out a new one. Obviously, that's not going to happen until this whole like like lawsuit debacle is out of the way. But the just get yourself the Friday 13th set that's out now. It's only around like 25, $30, sometimes $20, Kathy, and it's actually a decent set. It has all the real Friday the 13th films, and you do you love that set? Um, the Paramount ones, and you can go out and buy like the other ones for fairly cheap. This one, oh, you want to know the truth? Luckily, the first time I bought this in a box in the plastic box and stuff like that, brand new at a flea market, because these guys were moving and selling their stuff. So around a month and a half, 2 months later, there's a guy that's moving to Japan and he's selling off all his stuff. I noticed that he had another one of these, so I got it for around $20 as well. So I got them for very good prices. I would recommend picking up the Blu-ray set. It's out there now. You can get, but if you just want the DVD of it, you can still get this one, except it's in a cardboard case. Yeah, when it comes to that one, Kathy, hold on. You guys want like horror sets? Does it open up? It does actually. I'll show you. But all right. So that was around here somewhere. It's gonna make a liar of me now. Um, this Exorcist set, I think this one's still in print. That's actually a good one. This is actually just the first Exorcist film. Uh, but there is, as for set wise, these Universal horror sets are extremely good. This Mummy set is actually really good. Uh, Watching The Mummy on Blu-ray, this set here, I actually finally, as an adult, got to really appreciate what they did in the original Mummy. And for years, I found it, I was utterly kind of like bored and stuff by the Mummy. To be completely honest, I'm going to be completely blunt with you. It was one of my least favorite like franchises. I don't have the Predator set. I'll be completely honest with you there. But I do have, where's it at? This is the Friday the 13th set. And it does have all original 8 Paramount films. They have their own, they got their own kind of disc thing here. There's... Now, number 3 does have the 3D. It's anograph 3D, not real 3D. So I'll just say, if you don't have a pair of like red and blue glasses, they're easy to find online, or probably got them with another film as well. You need those to watch the 3D version of the film, which is actually better on the Blu-ray than it was on the DVD by leaps and bounds. Still not great, but better on the Blu-ray than it is on the DVD. At this point, this is the best version of Nightmare on Elm Street on Blu-ray that you can get. This is the best set. In the UK, this is thicker actually. This is more streamlined here. It's they actually got a thicker, a bit more impressive one in the UK, but it's really the same stuff that's on them. Yes, Rich. This Friday the 13th set here does have... Anything's better than Freddy's Dead in 3D. No, but I mean, it's not the greatest. But it's okay. I mean, I didn't mind it. I would love to see a real 3D. But the thing is, I'm spoiled because of the fact that I saw Friday the 13th 3D in 3D, and I know how good that 3D actually is. So nothing's going to compare to me unless it's kind of real 3D, when they really do an actual good scan of it. Because I have got strong memories of that film. Now this set here, the way that it's done, Kathy, is that it has all the features that's on the eight discs that are right there. So the way that it works, so anything that was on the Ultimate sets will be there. So there's part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Each got their own disc. And this is the same way that's done in the big, like, tin set as well, by the way. Part 5 and part 6 are on a disc. Part 7, part 8 are on a disc, and all the features. So even though this is the cheaper edition of this, all the stuff that's in the tin set, like for the Paramount films, are on here. The only thing that you're missing that's on the tin set is you're missing Jason Goes to Hell, and Jason X, and I think Freddy vs. Jason. But you can buy all those separately on Blu-ray as well. So, but this is the Paramount saga for Friday the 13th. I think you do have this. I think we talked about it once before. But just in case you didn't. And of course, as always, if you don't have the Scream series, definitely cool one to pick up for Halloween. Make sure, if you do get it, try to get the Blu-ray edition, because it's going to come with this extra disc, which has 2 hour-and-a-half long documentaries on the Scream series. A ton. I mean, a ton of features on the Elm Street set, including like some music videos, commentaries, featurettes. Though if you really want, like was just mentioned about the Friday the 13th one, Crystal Lake Memories is something that every Friday the 13th fan needs to have in their collection. I was lucky enough that a good friend actually sent me a Blu-ray of Crystal Lake Memories as a gift, and I was blown away. Also, make sure you pick up Never Sleep Again, which is the Nightmare on Elm Street one. These are really, really well done documentaries. They are insane. Oh yeah, this is regional. This is actually a Canadian release. When this came out, and this does have, of course, Scream 4. I do have the Pumpkinheads, but I have only 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. The rest I have on DVD. It came with a mask. So sometimes I'll do videos, and I'll wear masks like for certain videos for fun. And one of them I got is the Scream mask. I bought an actual official Scream suit, and when I got it, like the robe part of it was good, but the mask was like was definitely not the best. Oh yeah, it has everybody from the movies. Now, if you also get a chance to get it, Man Behind the Mask, the one with that Tom Savini, that isn't a bad one to have too. Kind of like to have a, so you get kind of a bonus look at that stuff. So there's a lot. Like when you're buying for Halloween, there's a lot of sets and stuff you can get that can really kind of take up some take up some time. Scream is good. My Scream, there's 4 films. My ratings on them are from best to worst, 1, 4, 2, 3. But don't miss out on some of the kind of the quirky little weird stuff that's out there as well, because there's always stuff like put out by like Vinegar Syndrome or Severin or AGFA or someone like that that actually or a Massacre Video, kind of, that deserves to get some of your cash during the holiday season, depending on what you're into. I like to get at least one of those. Oh, dude, Scream 4 is my jam. See, with Scream 4, it's I'm a I'm a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber and a social media guy, and if somebody thought that Scream 4 wasn't gonna hit home with me, uh, like seriously, for what I do, Scream 4 hit like it's a gut punch, in all the right ways. Wasn't a real fan of Kieran Culkin's character though. I thought he was kind of unnecessary, and I would have wished. That's my only issue was it was in his casting. I didn't think he was that great. Really, Evil Town. I'm actually surprised. I mean, I thought Evil Town was fun, but it wasn't one of those. It's not one of those kind of go back to the well a lot type of things for me. I really got to like double feature with Evil of the Night, and because I think that's gonna be a cool double feature to watch them over again and kind of see the similarities between both of the films. But it'll be interesting to check out. That's for sure. Evil Town's out of print now. Actually, it's gone. Actually, a guy on Twitter actually has a cool podcast. Does a VHS type podcast. Uh, he he asked me about Evil Town, and he said, yeah, because I talk about Vinegar Syndrome a lot. I often get get asked about Vinegar Syndrome releases and titles, and I get a lot of people that come in and they'll like message me and say, next month is out, or is this movie still in print, or or just am I going to like this? So I can answer that I'm going to like this thing. Obviously, I don't know ahead of time what what what's coming out. I'm not one of the Vinegar Syndrome guys. Um, I know I really want both those. Rich, actually, the Electric Boogaloo Machete Maidens one is on my Halloween wish list. Um, but yeah, they ask me like often if things coming out, and unfortunately, I did know the answer to Evil Town because it was a VSA release, and those are very limited. So that's why I say when you see a VSA release coming out, guys, jump on it because those are ones that aren't going to be reproduced in any other way. Did you know, Corey? When I read that, I I thought that was cheeseburgers, and I'm thinking, there's a Satan's cheeseburgers. I've got to check this out. I do not have Satan's cheerleaders actually. I wish I did. I remember that film. Actually, it was kind of fun. I love Paranorman. I saw. I was in Morocco. We're doing our civil, kind of like ceremony. It's kind of like a wedding ceremony without like the legality of it, and and we are just doing like a ceremony basically, so for her family and friends, kind of to be introduced to who I was, and kind of just at the end of a bit of a party. It lasted for 2 nights, and during that time when we were in Morocco, we got some friends. I'm not actually much of a meat guy, uh, but we had some friends there, and my kids were there, and I got some movies for my kids, and I'll answer the question. Don't worry. And one of the movies that I got was Paranorman, and we sat down and we watched it together that night, and I loved it. I love Paranorman. I think it's a fantastic film, and if and anybody hasn't seen it, I strongly recommend it. I've seen and owned The Burning on Scream Factory, and I do have a DVD of it as well from MGM. I really like The Burning. It was one of the 1982 classic slashers that came out. 1982 is a really good year in horror. Purge 2 I enjoyed. The first time I saw it, I didn't like it as much as I did later on. But I do like the fact that I think the girl at the beginning of Predator 2 is an adult film star, actually. I think she may have actually, was she in like she might have been in cheerleader camp as well. I can't remember because she did a few movies. But this was one of her legit movies, of course. But she did, well, not legit. I hate to say that because I don't think adult films are legit films. They're just a different genre of film, the same as action or romance or comedy. Uh, but but yeah, as far as like I guess mainstream films, so that's I remember that, and I remember like Danny Glover. So yeah, I've seen them, and I like them. VCI put it out. Nice. I don't have enough VCI releases to be completely honest with you. I got a couple, and I normally they're releases that I get, and I don't know the VCI until I get them. Did you watch, Mug? Did you watch Evils of the Night yet? The Burning. You definitely got to rewatch The Burning. Then there's very few films can come out and make Jason Alexander the cool guy, and Jason Alexander is actually so likable in the Burning. It really is actually, and it has the rare thing of having like a final guy. Definitely check it out, Mug. I think you're going to really enjoy it. It's got some cool actors in it. It's going to have a very similar, like there's going to be some similarities in the plot. Now, actually, you're going to be some better actors when remember those two guys. I don't know. I actually, hey, I'm actually saying, welcome, dude. It's been a while. I know you're going to grab that, aren't you? You're definitely going to get that. Holly Hunter's in the Burning, yeah. But I kind of want it. But I do have that other set, and that has the movie and stuff. And so I really only need to buy the. That's to have 10,000 movies. Not yet. I'm getting there, but not yet. No, I got a few. I got a couple thousand to go before I get 10,000 at least. Um, I probably got like I don't know, 5 or 6,000. It's just a little bit over maybe. So new season three set to offset the cost. And you see, you're the diehard fan. You know your stuff when it comes to Twin Peaks. You know Twin Peaks way more than me. Uh, don't go in the house. I don't own it, but I love it. I wouldn't say love it. It was a fun film. Um, See, there's so many that I don't have. Actually, I do have Don't Go in the House on like a cheap set. It's not a good edition of it. I need a good release of that one actually. You know a movie that I really want? It's a Christmas film, and it's never ever gotten like a good release, a good Blu-ray release, as far as I know anyway. And what's the name of that film, guys? Christmas movie that's on almost every like cheap set. Not that one. A horror film that's on almost every cheap set. John Carradines in it, and there's a few actors in it. It's nice. I mean, um, thank you so much. That definitely means a lot to me. Um, I'm finding it hard to keep up there. I'm actually out. Ernest Saves Christmas. No, it's a horror one, guys. What is it? This is killing me. It's the one where he goes back into the town, and is it the town's crazy? They're trying to keep a secret, like almost everybody in the town's crazy. That type of thing. Yes, yes, Dennis. Thank you. Silent Night, Bloody Night. That needs a good release. The every release I've seen that has been murky and horrible and dark. Uh, it's the Kathy's curse of basically before before Severin like got Kathy's curse and did it well. Silent Night, Bloody Night needs a good release. Yeah, you're close. I loved that film, and I remember seeing it, and it was like murky and kind of hard to see, but it was just something. There's a charm to it that I really enjoyed, and it was one of those that stuck with me. Same with when I initially Midsummer. Oh yeah, actually I mentioned it, but that's okay. Basically, I'm not buying it. Is that I won't even buy the theatrical cut because of that. Actually, keep watching it. Did you watch New Who or Old Who? That's going to make a difference. Uh, but, but everything's not for everybody. So yeah, it's a cool film, right? I mean, like it's definitely got like this. It's got this kind of aura to it that try the old stuff. Try Tom Baker, the Hinchcliffe home here. So try early Tom Baker. First season, first series for him. Go with like a Agents of Daleks, something like that. That's actually a good one. You'll get a start of Davros, get a bit of feel for the character, and you'll see a bit of the Gothic era aspects of it as well. Comes in that season with Arkham space and stuff like that. I mean, I can't believe. I don't know why. Is there like a rights issue? Because you think where it you see it on every second release, right? Like every film set that has like horror films on it, got it there somewhere. So it makes me think, okay, this is a public domain type of film. It just the company has to has you got to find a company that's going to get behind it and just like clean it up. So either there's no, they just can't find the original negatives for it, or yeah, that's the thing. It would have to be public domain for like to be in this many. Nightmare Crisis moment. Oh, I know what that's like. Oh, dude, I know what that's like. I had a flood down here. Remember? I had to move everything upstairs myself. It was insane. Could be it, or it could be that the only thing that's available is what is the parts for the public domain release. Uh, that's the hard thing because you don't know, and where it's an older film. You'd have to find the negatives, right? The negatives. They'd have to find. They have to actually have to find the film elements for it. A Region B release? Is it like on Blu-ray? You mean? Because it's always been much like Fade to Black. It has always been like a dream release for me. I know it seems silly because you can buy like public domain ones of it out there, but that's been a dream release for me because as you guys know, my favorite film of all time is Black Christmas, and I've got a proclivity to holiday horror films. I really enjoy them. I love Silent Night, Deadly Night. I really love Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think I don't mean as a bad movie either. That'd be cool. But I mean, I really like Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think it's actually a good movie, and severely underrated because of the fact that the sequels are so unique. But I actually think Silent Night, Deadly Night works. It does. It has some weird like acting choices in certain places, but I do think that Silent Night, Deadly Night works. Are you serious? Is it gonna be in 4K? Because I'd get that. I'm not expecting a lot out of it. Chapter two. Has anybody else got that feeling for it? Because see, I didn't mind part one. I actually thought part one was pretty well done, and was definitely exceeded my expectations. But the killer part for me is that much like when I read the book It, or when I watched the TV miniseries It, it was the children's aspect, the kids when they're kids, that I found interesting, and that intrigued me, that drew me in. And when it came to their adult portion of it, and especially the ending of it, I just I just didn't I just didn't I just didn't feel it. That's the thing. I just couldn't I couldn't get into it that much. So I'm hoping that they're going to be like, change it up enough. Because I've stayed away. I've heard the reviews already and stuff like that. I heard there were reviews, but I haven't checked anything out because I don't want to until I actually see it. Like the scene that I saw did look kind of creepy, and that scene is actually is in the original. Um, I'm kind of wondering, are they going to go with the same thing? Is it like often you'll hear me like saying I want them to stay kind of stay true, or kind of close to the source material, but I don't when it comes to the movie It, and because I'll be honest with you, uh, I wasn't much into the original source material, and I thought the ending is probably one of Stephen King's weakest endings of any of his novels, and that's just me. Like everybody, like there's people that love it. That's one of their favorites, and to each their own when it comes to that. I've got favorite King novels. Christine and The Shining are ones that stand. Salem's Lot. Those are the three that stand out to me. But it's just the giant turtle thing and the spider and the yin and the yang of it all. I just didn't buy into it. I didn't buy into the mythology of it all, and that's I would say spoiler alert, but it's just too unusual to to even think that's going to be spoilers. Yeah, I do think they're going to have some liberties taken. I did hear early on when they at first started making it that they were going to dive a bit more into Pennywise. So that'll be good if that happens. That should be interesting. The one I'm excited to see the features on, Obnoxious Anonymous, is a John Badham film of Dracula. I heard, Rich, that not that they're thinking of a part three, but I heard that they're thinking of doing an It verse and like expanding with other characters and stuff like that. And I can tell you right now, please no, don't do that. It's a film and a series of films and a book. I know I can't. Isn't that fantastic? They muted the colors down so much. Exactly that. We don't need an It verse. We really, really don't. Make another Stephen King movie. Do something like that. It's like a Dark Tower. Yeah, that's kind of what Dark Tower is. It's a Stephen King universe thing, and they messed that up. So Dark Tower is being made into a TV show, which is going to be which should be great, much better than the movie actually. Favorite Stephen King movie? Let me think for a second. I really like Carrie. I got multiple copies of Carrie. That one stood out, I guess, as a geeky kind of kid. Carrie really stood out to me. Uh, but I would say Christine actually. Again, Christine kind of stood out with me because the music, just the way that was done. I love Devil's Rejects, but I like you. I fear that Three from Hell is going to be a swing and a miss. And as I say that, I want to qualify that by saying I am ready and I want to be 110% wrong. And I hope this is the next evolution of what Rob Zombie is capable of doing. Because I know Zombie's never going to watch this, but yeah, on the off chance that he turns it on somehow, uh, dude, you have potential. Um, because, and we've seen it with Lords of Salem, with Devil's Rejects, with Night of like House of Thousand Corpses. You do some really great stuff, and you pick great actors, and you use camera work extremely well. And even when it's stuff that I don't like, some of it's actually really good to look at. But don't make another film like 31. Just don't do that because we don't need that. We need you to get. We need people. We're losing people in the horror community, like the Wes Cravens and the Tobe Hoopers of the world. We need people to like Rob Zombie, whether you like Rob Zombie or not. We need people like that to carry on. People that actually care about cinema and care about films. Whether you like his movies or not, he honestly cares about the films. Do you remember those videos? I hate the Rob Zombie Halloween films. I will never like that. That's me. But I will fight for everybody's right to love those Rob Zombie Halloween films, because just because they're not mine doesn't mean they're not going to be good for somebody else. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Oh, thank you, Ghostbuster Man. See, I'm not a fan. Somebody asked me how do I feel about Sherry Sherry Moon. I actually like her. Uh, I've never seen the hate for Sherry Moon Zombie. You don't like her, Kathy? Well, I'm not gonna lie. I thought she's cute. Like that. That's the truth. But I've seen her in movies aside from that. She had like a small part it's I think it's Toe Hooper's remake of Toolbox Murders, actually. Uh, and she was actually pretty good in that. I liked her in that. Oh, see, Green Inferno is not one of my favorites, but what you're saying right there kind of makes me want it, because I really Eli Roth is one of those guys that, much like they're basically somebody said they're not into their movies, but they want to keep them kind of making them. I think Eli Roth's one of those guys that is fascinating to listen to talk. Like he's really good when it comes to talking about films. What I've liked, I get asked that question a lot, and actually the answer to that is actually no. Um, I may have like I would have watched it, uh, but the thing is that at the end of the day, part two would still come, and part two is bad, uh, like severely, in my opinion. Oh yeah, the History of Horror podcast that came out on Shutter, and it's actually you can go to the podcast place, check that out. It's really good. He interviews like a few different people on there as well. Like because after he did the History of Horror thing that he did like a podcast with extended interviews with people like Tarantino and Eli and just a bunch of other people. Danny Harris is cute, but that's not enough to make a movie. I mean, like Brad Dourif is great in them too. That scene in part two with Brad Dourif like and Daniel Harris where she's dead. That a great scene. Unfortunately, yeah, it's the one with the white horse. The rest of the movie is kind of a mess, and it doesn't work. Like the things, it doesn't work not just as a Halloween film, and I guess that's what I want to explain, Corey. For me, now just remember, this is coming from me and my experience. It doesn't work for me as a film, and it's got to work as a film because I can take remakes on their own, and I definitely on their own merit. There's a lot of movies and a lot of people that people disagree with. I like his. Actually, I really like his music. I'm a fan of White Zombie, and I'm a fan of Rob Zombie's music. I always have been. A Dracula album, I really like that one. Uh, and there's this song. What's that song? You know, My Durango. No, I'm not going to sing anyway. I really think he did. I think, and I can understand that getting getting having the soft spot for that. But especially if it's like if it's the first you saw, like I've had some movies that were really uh, really that are really bad that I just like because they're like kind of the original because I saw them, or maybe not really bad, well, that I think are good. Terror Train may not be the best movie in the world, but I saw it early on, and I got a soft spot for it. It's one of those that's got a place in my heart. And that being said, you have to understand when Rob Zombie made Halloween and Halloween 2, he made them for his market audience for that's already in there. And I wasn't his target audience, so I'm really not the person to say yes or no. It's an opinion thing. But and I will agree with what was just said right there, right now. The first 15 minutes of Rob Zombie's Halloween, yeah, but Batman's cool. Uh, the first 15 minutes of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, in that in the hospital with Octavia Spencer as the nurse, and it's Octavia Spencer, right? I got that correct, right? And and the chase, that sequence, bloody brilliant, well shot, well executed, uh, intense. I thought the killing of Octavia Spencer was a little over the top, like he just stabbed too many times where it got kind of ludicrous. But that's just a kind of like a nitpick. But if the movie could have went with that intensity, and kept on that instead rather than making it a dream or something like that, then I would have definitely would have been better into. I would have liked it better then. I'm missing some comments here, but I do apologize. Collector's edition of the original April Fool's Day. I'm waiting for it too, man. Yeah, I know it was a little over the top there. The the white horse thing, it was silly. I mean, he put it in there. The only thing I can think, I think he was trying to be. I never saw Maya. Is it that bad? I'll check it out. Because I do like her, right? Oh, Daniel Harris is usually great in everything she is, except See No Evil 2. She's kind of weak in that. But the script in See No Evil 2 was a bit weak, which is odd because the thing is that the Saska sisters did it, and I'm actually a big fan of them. And I like Dead Hooker in a Trunk and American Mary. Yep. Have a great evening there. I'm going to be running soon anyway, too. So that's okay. I do think we get more Hatchet films. I didn't after part three. I didn't think we'd ever see another Hatchet film again. But when like sur- surprisingly announced that we got that Victor Crowley came out, and he was back on form. Back for me anyway. I thought he was back on form, and they set it up with a cliffhanger, much in the vein of Don Mancini's been doing with his Child's Play series. So I think we're going to see more, and I think we're going to see him behind the camera. He went through a rough time, like a bad period in his life, where he was really feeling down, and luckily that is something that he's been able to work his way through. The director, that is, Adam Green. There you go. See, that's the thing, and that's the best attitude, and I really like high five, like seriously, for that because the because when you that's the thing, even if you don't like appreciate everything that somebody does, or even if it's not for you, and you can say, you know what, not for me, but I'm glad he's out there. I'm glad there's people that are out there that are feeling it and that are doing it, and they're not just doing it for like the cash or corporate reason or that type of thing. Um, and Adam Green, Eli Roth, Rob Zombie, all controversial figures. Uh, don't work for everybody. Some of their films don't work for everybody. All of their films don't work for everybody. She does actually. Not all my Vinegar Syndrome releases. There's quite a few hammers that she isn't watching. But luckily, much like she's the type of gal that'll gladly surprise me with a movie that she may totally never gonna is never gonna watch. But she understands and appreciates the fact that there are some films that I like. Like she'll watch like the blaxploitation stuff, and she'll watch some of the like the cheesy sci-fi type of stuff. The horror stuff isn't her thing. Horror kind of like she watched the old school horror, like the Universal and some of the Hammer stuff. But like the newer horror, and if it's kind of intense, I would never put on anything for my better half, for instance, that has like a very like a violent sequence or a rape scene or anything like that, because just for me personally, and that is just me, just out of pure respect, that I know that her personality type is gonna bother her. Oh, have a great night there. Sorry, everything's going by so fast. I apologize. Have a good evening there, dude. Bad man. I love the movie, The Original Martyrs? Yes, I love the movie. I love The Original Martyrs. I think it's a fantastic film, and it haunted me for weeks after. I watched it with my eldest actually, uh, and she was younger at the time. But because we didn't know what we were getting into at the time. But it was intense. And yeah, that's one of those films that sticks with you. I thought the remake was very unnecessary, and it didn't work for me, to be completely honest. And I do like I did like Pretty Little Liars, so I did watch it just because of that. But I did like the original Pet Cemetery, but I haven't seen the new one. To be completely honest with you, but I'll eventually watch it because I like John Lithgow. So I want to see what his take on the character, how it's going to turn out. Oh yeah, I'm a fan of the film, of the first film, and this is actually one of my favorite T-shirts that I have in my collection. If you notice, I try to wear like I've got a collection of T-shirts. Ironically, I haven't got anything from Fright Rags as of yet. I've actually got my first Fright Rags order coming. Dude, your opinion is your opinion. No matter, I am the king of unpopular opinions. Uh, but stick with it, man. I haven't seen it yet. I gotta check it out. Uh, I'm I'm gonna find out because I got two T-shirts coming from Fright Rags. I'm so excited. I'm not gonna. I'm super excited. I'm gonna be able to open up the thing on here. I'll do an unboxing here. I'm bagging whatever. I'll see what card I got because apparently it's a card that comes with them and all that type of stuff. So I bought them for an upcoming thing, and not for Halloween actually, but for something else. But I got two T-shirts, and it's two films that I really dig. So you'll see. And whenever it comes, I got the Doctor Who coat that I will show on here as well. That is more than likely true. Being in Canada and like shipping to here has been the bane of my existence for getting stuff from other companies. I will be completely like blunt. Early on, when I started doing YouTube, Warhead Candy. Yeah, no, that's just a random one that you have there. Uh, Langoliers is an interesting concept. It's just that it was done on a TV budget, so it is what it is. But I did like the Langoliers actually. Um, I think that the Golden Years is something that needs to be revisited. I thought that was really clever, and it never got to play out. But Graveyard Shift. I love Graveyard Shift. The movie? Or are you talking about, or is this Graveyard Goods? Okay, no, I haven't. Oh yeah. So unfortunately, early on, Kingdom Hospital would be perfect. Um, what I want is one that they're not going to do, and it's on the same. I think it's in the same book as the because that's four seasons, right? The Long Walk is that four seasons, or different seasons, whatever it's called. Um, there's one called I think it's called Rage, and because of the climate, political climate, like not politics, but like because the climate with all the mass shootings and stuff like that, I don't see it ever being made. But it was a fantastically like well done novella, and I completely understand them not being able to do it. Yeah, I can understand why. It cuts in deep, right? It's a deep cut. It is really good, but it's a deep cut, and and I completely understand. I agree with him. Uh, he knows. Uh, like if you ever seen like his Twitter, uh, king is the he's the king of Twitter, man. He's really good on Twitter. Um, I follow his Twitter like pretty religiously, and he like the fact, and this is my personal opinion on things, is like movies and books don't cause people to kill other people. There's other things wrong that causes that. But he doesn't want to go down that rabbit hole. Yeah, probably. Has Brian Singer really been blacklisted? I mean, if the things are true, he deserves a blacklisting, obviously. But again, I think it's there's been so many stories about Brian Singer that I personally think they are. But that being said, I wasn't there. I can't say. But yeah, I do agree that people would have definitely had a bigger edition by now. But that being said, give it time. Scream Factory will probably put out Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. I can't see why they won't do At People. Because there's no less kind of controversy there, right? When you think about it. Actually, yes, I really do want that. I don't know if I get it right away, but I do want the stand one. I think it looks gorgeous covered as too. Getting off topic, the Queen biopic. Um, did you like it? I mean, I saw portions of it. I watched it all. I don't think so. I mean, like that's one I don't think will ever be released. Only one box set I could order for the rest of the year. I guess I'd have to go out of everything that's coming out right now. I would probably have to go with Godzilla because I get my most bang for my buck there. Uh, like I don't think China should ever be released, I'll tell you why. Like this is my personal thought on Clown House, is that like whether the movie is good or bad, uh, it doesn't matter because it's uh it's it's a crime scene. It's literally it's a film crime scene. Like what was going on with those cameras, aside from making Clown House, is horrifying. Like utterly, blatantly horrifying. Uh, and you can say okay, Jeepers Creepers was done afterwards or anything like that type of stuff. And I get, and I say okay, that if you want to take the art from the artist, I understand, but at the time where it's actually being done, uh, yeah. Did you watch any of the stream? Maybe if it's still on, I'll go check some of it out later on, and like if I can actually go through fast or something like that. I don't think I can though. I mean, I couldn't do more than 2 minutes of it before. It was Dark Force made a big mistake. They did. I mean, and if it was any other company, I'll be completely honest with you. Uh, I probably would have waited a bit more before I said anything. But Dark Force has been making a ton of these mistakes, and this is just the worst, most tasteless one. Dark Force Entertainment, guys, is a company that puts out some films. Usually a video label that doesn't do a lot of great stuff, but they put out a few things and some things that I would have been interested in. They work with Corey, the perfect there. Corey and Dave are letting you know. They worked with and Dennis too. They worked with Code Red, and they started their kind of did their own label. The guy that does, I think his name is DeFalco, and if you've ever like experienced like the kind of the wackiness of Code Red, I'm gonna say I'm gonna be polite. Uh, the This guy is like just takes it to another level. Everything from like just shutting down his store for like lengths of time, like really pushing scalping and uh, allegedly maybe even scalping some of his own films. I don't know. Like I can't say. I say allegedly because I don't know any of that stuff. But he said a lot of shady stuff, and a lot of But the last thing that he said, he was putting it at toward the Fighting Eagle, which is like, kind of a cheesy. I think it's a Miles O'Keefe film. If I could be wrong, but the shootings, the recent shootings that were done, the shooter's name is Ator, and they decided to try to promote their film based on the recent shootings. Uh, so yeah, it was tasteless. It was unnecessary, and we just said that is exactly right. He does do it like he's the Chris Jericho of movie label people. Unfortunately, Chris Jericho is a smart, intelligent guy that knows how to work things right. And I can tell you this right now: there's no way in hell that a Chris Jericho would ever say something like that, because he would know how inappropriate it is. And any wrestler that ever said something like that, yeah, on any wrestling stage, whether it's going to be AEW, TNA, WWE, or ROH, they're getting their butt fired right away. And I think I said that yesterday. But yeah, it's you can definitely check out they got a Facebook page. I think they nuked their Instagram page, and you can check it out on Twitter as well. There's lots of conversations about it. They deleted the tweet, but people screenshot it beforehand. Dave DeFalco. But that's not his real name. Why am I not surprised? He's a big buff dude, so I can obviously see like the wrestler part of him. He's definitely a guy that likes his working out stuff. I'd probably be a toothpick to that guy. He picked me up and swing me around for not liking what I said. But I'm gonna be honest. And and the couple minutes that I did see, I was uncomfortable with not just with him, but I think it was Bill Olsen that was on there with him. I was very uncomfortable with him as well. Uh, the because he was, I know he went on this rant about like is me dying a joke, is my death a joke. It was really unusual, uh, and to the point. And I'm not going to lie. I'll be blunt here, that whoever it was, Bill Olson, or whoever was on that other side of the conversation, that they were kind of talking together. I actually, for a second there, felt bad for Dave DeFalco, uh, because it was getting into an aspect that even he didn't look to be comfortable with. If you saw it, or if you go back and you watch it, just watch for that portion of it where he kind of tries to like kind of back off from like a portion. Basically, what happens is like somebody that he says is a troll says something, and so Dave DeFalco says, okay, that's kind of funny. I'll give credit where credit's due. And Meanwhile, the guy on the other side, well, I'm going to assume, and I do apologize if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please, put it down in the section down below. Let people know that I'm wrong. That it was Bill Olson, and Bill Olson looked to be like getting really intense, and it was a really awkward thing. So I couldn't keep watching it. So my video started a little bit earlier than I thought it was going to start, because it just put me. I just felt in a weird spot. It's like listen to like you're a kid and you're listening to like you go in a room, it's Christmas Day, and there's like two adults like arguing type of thing, and you just feel kind of weird. That's how I felt. Sorry about it, guys. I got a little bit distracted there. It was on their Facebook, Dave. He did a live stream. Actually, he was doing the live stream while I was doing mine. He started earlier, but it should, unless he's deleted it, it should still be on there. I'm not sure. Like with live streams on Facebook, I know people can like after they're over, people can hit share and keep them on there, or they'll actually, or they can just choose to delete the live stream right after it's done, and it'll really depend on how it's been. Let me just check and see if I can see it here. So it says if you go to Dark Force Entertainment, it's like Twitter. There's this thing here. It says right here it says like, you can't see that, can you? It says Dark Force Entertainment was live, and you can say watch together, watch with the fans, say start. Uh, but yesterday, apparently, Dark Force goes totally dark. Can a video label operate successfully with zero social? Uh, who knows? Maybe he'll learn from what he's from this. But I personally am not going to be giving much credence to the company at this point. That's just my opinion. If you are somebody that wants to get buy their first releases or anything like that, I'm never going to be the judgy person that's going to say, "Oh, I can't believe you bought that." That's not me. I'm just giving my personal opinion on it. And he did, to give credit, he did give an apology of sorts, but the apology wasn't a good one in my opinion, and it seemed kind of be playing the. I haven't picked up the Bloody Tear. I hear it's fantastic. I know that they said there were some issues with, I think it was in Seminide, with on certain players, but I do want to pick it up. Obviously, I've got all the other ones in the background there, uh, and so I'm going to be picking that up. And I want the Marlene Dietrich set as well. I'm a big fan, and I do like that. And I missed out on the Criterion set. I'm glad I did know, because this set is supposed to be like really, really a lot better than that. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, guys, at 106 minutes, going on 107 minutes, I think we've done pretty good here tonight. I didn't talk much about my animation collection, which was what I initially was going to do. If you are interested in seeing that, though, I will do a video on that in the near future, where it is coming upon the where it is coming upon the look, I might watch a bit of myself. Where it is coming upon October, I am more Halloween centric on my videos right now. So guys, if you have anything, by the way, if you have a channel, a video, a podcast, or anything that you want to promote, always feel free to put your links or stuff in the comment section down below, or let people know exactly what you got going on. Because you guys are a great, fantastic, creative lot. And as people come in here and they watch this stuff, they should know just what amazing stuff you guys are all doing on your own as well. I am Aaron. This is my movie library. You guys are the movie club. You guys rock. And I'm not going to lie right now. Right now it's time for tea. Enjoy the video.